Greetings, everybody. Hope you're okay. Let me sit a bit back and hope you're fine. Welcome to day 3 of our presentation. I'm going to quickly change my camera. Is that better? Yes, definitely. Yes, okay, good. Hope you're okay, and I hope you are doing fine. Welcome to day 3 of the Spring Festival. Yeah. It's a good day to be alive, and it's a good day to commemorate the spring and talk about the new year and what we think it is, as opposed to what we've been taught or what we assume to be. For those who like to debate about on it or who think something different, and definitely it is good to know. But before we begin, let's talk about our next week's show.
That's good.
But definitely that is our event for next week. Since this is March and it is Women's Month and it's the beginning of spring, so all 3 in one. For the kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Next Wednesday, 8 p.m. GMT time. Don't be late. And if you are a lady, woman who has a book or some material, we would love to hear from you. That's better. We would actually love to hear from you, and so you might tell us about your book or even promote it to an audience. You never know, you might get new customers, but new audience. We've got our book club, which has over 3,000 members, so definitely you can get a few of them in there. So check also our Facebook page. It has a few people there. So if you're interested and you're a lady, definitely come and share your work with us. It's a good day. It's a good time to be available and to commemorate the day and also to celebrate women all around the world. And also in particular, on Wednesday, celebrate women authors. Definitely. It's all about the book club on Wednesday, the 27th of March, 8 p.m. GMT time. Apart from that, we are celebrating our spring. Definitely the rebirth, the renewal, and the regrowth. We've been through a span of 12-13 months, and now the year's began again. As the winter is ending, we are now entering the spring, the beginning of a new. So winter is when the things are, I won't say dead, but they're boiling, they're coming together, cleansing, preparing for the new beginning. So I'm guessing that's when the new year should begin, isn't it? Right? When the buds are, when the flowers are budding, when the plants are growing, when the earth is renewing itself. I guess that's when the new things are happening again. So yeah, for those who are celebrating this, like in Iran and some Russia, Pakistan, Iraq, in Asia, Hebrews who are celebrating this time as a new year, Happy New Year to all of you. It's good to see you guys in the new year again. So definitely it's good to recognize and commemorate this new year. But as things are going, it seems like, looks like we are going back to the old calendar. We've had 12 months calendar since 1582, which is the Gregorian calendar. 12 months begins in January when it's December, when it's winter. And 10, got 12 months, but the 12th month means 10. Huh? That means there are two lacking. So that should tell you January, February will be 11th and 12th month. And then March is the beginning of the new year, or March stroke April. In common sense, it says Sept, Oct, Nov, Dep. But now, because we are following the Roman calendar, but now again, as I showed yesterday, the United Nations is proposing to use the 13-month calendar. That is great because now we don't have to preach or to tell people about it. Because if it's someone just who is, well, I'm not saying the local, but who's does YouTube, or is a single person, or who's not having a big organization, they'll say, oh no, you're just casting your beliefs upon us. But now the UN, which people look up to, are saying we are going to adopt a 13-month calendar. And people will accept it because they will accept it without thinking. And that is good for me. I think that's a great move. It's a positive move. Because 13 months of 28 days is it's perfect, 52 weeks, and then 1 day at the end. And it's great. So every day you've got 28 days this week. It begins on this day, it will end the day before, and it ends again on the same date. It'll be perfect, streamless for appointments, for business. Right now we have 31 days this month. Then next month we'll have 30. So if I say I want to look for next Wednesday, what's going to be? After that, I have to look and say, yeah, I have to add 4, right? 4, 31, then 3. So it might be the 3rd. But in the new calendar, I know if this Wednesday is 27th, next Wednesday will be what? 28th will be a Thursday. When Friday will be the 1st, then I know again it's going to be it's automatic. Every Wednesday, it's going to be the last day, second last day of the month. But now we're not too sure. It depends on how the year feels. Okay, this year will be Tuesday, then Wednesday, then Thursday. So when you schedule, make appointments, you gotta think twice. Feel okay, right? Which day is it gonna be this year? Because every day it's like a lottery, or not a lottery. It's a trick or treat. You never know. Russian roulette. You might get it or not. But definitely, so it's good to have the UN on board with a 13-month calendar. So whether now people say it was a myth or wasn't there before, now it's going to be there. The point is we're going back to it. I'm advocating for it. Obviously, for international, me personally, yes, and international as well. There are other cultures who definitely use it on calendars. But for me, definitely I'm going to use that. My year is going to begin in March. Springtime, final equinox, or April the 1st, in between there. It's either between 20th and April the 1st, those 12 days, isn't it? And then I'm gonna have 13 months of 28 days, and that's gonna be perfect for me. I say I create my own calendar, why not? But it's good, it's good. So hope you had a good time, and I will show the calendar again for those who are interested. So here we are. If you go on Wikipedia, so the IFC, which was there before, but was proposed by Kosov Plan, which is good. It was first presented in 1902. So it goes back to all the way of using 13 months and 28 days, which was shown in the 1775 Bible as there were 13 months. So it's not a new thing or a new concept. As you know, for those who know, there's nothing new under the sun, everything just repetition. History tends to repeat itself. So what might be new to us, okay, fair enough, might be new to some people, but we know history repeats itself. So just because you haven't gone through it doesn't mean it has happened before. So it's a repetition of history. I say going back to the beginning, in my opinion. So yes, so 13 months, 28 days, exactly 4 weeks, 364 days, and an extra day at the end of the year. Yes, so that is perfect. I will sort out a lot of errors and troubles we have with the Gregorian calendar. I've tried, God knows I've tried to play along, but the time comes and says enough is enough. I can't take it anymore. But yeah, so that is how we look like. Sunday as the first day of the week, then Saturday will be the last of the week, which for some will be the Sabbath or the Sabbath, where you can rest for those who follow the Sabbath. And that is how you will map. Some will say, birthdays, holidays. You're gonna map it just when your year begins. If it begins in, let's say, January 1st or March, just count the days because each month is 28 days. So you count 28 days, see where your birthday is. I'm in August, so that will be around 5 months afterwards. So 28, like 4 times in a few days, which I want to mention. If you're in May, it's like 1 month and a few days, so you can map your birthday onto that, or your appointments, like World Happiness Day, World Book Day, World Men's Day, World Women's Day, and all that. You can map them on the same calendar, leave it on the same date. Actually, just use a new date. It's on the same day, but leave it on map it on the same date. Is that correct? So if it's on Thursday, 2nd of May, leave it there on that Thursday, but it's going to be mapped onto the new calendar, the new names by the same date, same thing. Because the day you're born, I don't think should change. But still, you got to go back and check sometimes. Like, I think I was born on a Tuesday, I think, or Friday. So definitely, I think I'll start from there, not from, because every year the day changes. If I was born on a Tuesday, why should I celebrate that on a Thursday or on a Monday? Oh, that's fine, because my birthday should be exactly on the same day I was born, isn't it? If you have an appointment with the doctor on Thursday, why come on a Wednesday or on a Saturday? You won't be there anymore. So that, I think it takes people off balance, but this is consecutive, it's consistent, and it's good for us to use this calendar. So I'm going to show the video that I did share with you yesterday about the 1775 Bible having the calendar that we can use today.
This is my 1775 Bible. Since acquiring it, I've noticed a few things that seem odd. They don't seem to be in the newer Bibles. For example, the section in the back that says Table of Time refers to 13 months. And in my 1775 Bible, it seems that the year starts in March, not in January. So subscribe and join as we continue to delve deeper. I wanted to show you quickly the 13 months again. I've had a lot of information come across since I made this original video, and I think it's important for you guys to get all of the context. My name is Mark Pyers. I am the host of Mark Inspires, and I am the owner of the 1775 Bible. I've been live for 5 years in a row every single day on YouTube, so please join me. You've been seeing my Bible all over TikTok, but you should know that I have it and I can show it to you any night. But I wanted to show you quickly the 13 months again. I've had a lot of information come across since I made this original video, and I think it's important for you guys to get all of the context. So as you see here, you have our 13 months, and it starts with Nisan, and the last thing is what we see as Viator. I thought it's funny, a couple of scholars wanted to criticize me for the way I said these words. I'm not a Bible scholar, never said I was. I just own the 1775 Bible, and I'm the one who's willing to share that information and what's in here with you. So looking at these 13 months, what I've learned since is that it's actually 12 months in the 13th, which says 13 next to it, as you see there, Viator. What that says next to it is intercalary. Now, intercalary, if you look that up on Google, you'll see it means an additional day added every couple of years. It's almost like a leap year. Didn't know that at first when I gave you guys the information on the 13 months. Now, that being said, the fact that you have Viator and it's listed as 13 here A lot of people said, well, if you had 28 days, 12 months, the numbers don't work out. My whole philosophy on this is that if you did 13 months and you had 28 days, you would have 364 days, and that intercalary would be for that last day. So my thought process on this was, it's 13 months all at 28 days, and even though there's this intercalary, I didn't learn this until after. I looked this up and I saw what that definition was. So reality is we have 12 months. The 13 months, or what they call a 13th month, is really just an additional day that's thrown in every once in a while. And that's why we call it intercalary. So I wanted to clear that up. So what it looks like here is that Adar is the last month of the year, and that's February, March. So the beginning of our year should be March, maybe March 1st or March 15th, somewhere in that range based on this calendar, because the very first month of the year is March, April. So you end February, March, intercalary, and then March, April. So you're in the middle of March when you end out the year and when you start a new year. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review again. Anytime you want to see this or you have any verses you'd like to hear, I'm happy to read it for you. Just make sure you reach out to me and subscribe to the Mark Inspires YouTube channel. I'm also live on TikTok and I drop content here all the time. But I have this with me, and I also have the 1793 Principles of Faith. If you want to hear more from that, which is a Calvinist Bible. It's the first Calvinist Bible ever produced. So I have both of these Bibles here. I'm happy to read more for you. Really hope to see you on YouTube. I'm live at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard every day of the year. Thanks so much. I'll see you in the next one.
So definitely, if you wanna follow the gentleman, Mark Pyers, so live shows 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. EST time on YouTube. Definitely follow him if you want to learn more. I definitely want to see more. It's definitely, I've heard before, but sometimes you don't really take it serious until it knocks you right in the head and say, oh yes, actually it's better. So I think it's time to step into my 13th month. I declare myself this year, I began to start my mapping from Gregorian to, what am I going to call it? The Joshua Jakuda calendar. Actually, I'm going to brand it my own name, my calendar. So make your own name, but definitely it's good to have a new calendar. For me, it's going to be consistent and great. So I'm going to map it on with mine and the Gregorian alongside each other. It's going to be fun. It's going to be challenging, but it's going to be fun. So that's a quick video to show you about the time of calendar. So you're going to add in the sun and the moon calculations, know that 28 days. So I guess if you map it out, you can check when the moon shows, how many days it comes out after 28 days. Like women's cycle is 28 days, isn't it? So it's great for that to be there. But yeah, so it is amazing, isn't it? It's good to have people giving up this knowledge. Times are changing, and I think it's time, as times change, systems die, systems go, we're entering a new age. It's the dawn of a new era. And I am going to be one of those entering a new era with pleasure, So I guess we must say goodbye to the old. It was a great system, but now we're saying goodbye to the old year, to the old system. It's dying. It's not a bad thing, it's not a good thing, but times change. Powers change in life. So definitely, if it's time to go, it is time to go. It is time to go. It is time to go. Let me see if I get another one. Time to go, and it's time to go. But it was great. So powers are changing, and it's time for us to. So I'm going to show you a quick video. Hopefully, I won't be punished for this. This guy is great.
Actually 13 months. So that means we've been started every year a month too early. Oh my days. So the moon goes around the earth in about 28 days. So in 1 year, the moon goes around 13 times. This gives us 13 lunar months with 28 days each. Oh my diddy. Which brings me on to my next subject, the month of October. October, got its name from the Latin octo, meaning 8. If this seems odd to you, then consider it's the 10th month in the modern day calendar. That actually used to not be the case. It was once the 8th month in the Roman calendar, and the name simply carried over. So let's do some quick maths. If October is really the 8th, it means November's the 9th, December's the 10th, January is the 11th, February is the 12th, March is the 13th, making April the start of the new year. And if you just take a look at nature, you can tell it's the start of the new year. Spring, when all the plants and flowers start to blossom. So when they've all got to celebrate New Year's in December, it's really in April. So I guess that's why they call it April Fools. Oh, we've got your ass.
I'll play it one more time.
Got your ass now. Did you know that there's actually 13 months? So that means we've been started every year a month too early. Oh my days. So the moon goes around the earth in about 28 days. So in 1 year, the moon goes around 13 times. This gives us 13 lunar months with 28 days each. Oh my diddy. Which brings me on to my next subject, the month of October. October got its name from the Latin octo, meaning 8. If this seems odd to you, then consider it's the 10th month in the modern day calendar. That actually used to not be the case. It was once the 8th month in the Roman calendar, and the name simply carried over. So let's do some quick maths. If October is really the 8th, it means November's the 9th, December's the 10th, January is the 11th, February is the 12th, March is the 13th, making April the start of the new year. And if you just take a look at nature, you can tell it's the start of the new year. Spring, when all the plants and flowers start to blossom. So when they've all got to celebrate New Year's in December, it's really in April. So I guess that's why they call it April Fools. Oh.
Months are not a proper unit of time, are they? A month is either 28, 29, 30, or 31 days long. In common parlance, we talk about a month being 4 weeks long, but they're not. Only February is exactly 4 weeks long, and even then, that's only true 3/4 of the time. 94% of months are longer than a month.
This is why I've said the dates that they are giving us are incorrect. We used to have 13 months, 28 days, 1 day of rest, even in the Bible. So look, we have 13 lunar cycles, 28 days, 13 zodiac signs. Every turtle shell you'll find, 13 sections in the middle, and 28 notches along the side, all to keep us disconnected from these natural cycles of our realm. Listen to David Strait explain it more.
Our calendar is not quite right. We're supposed to have 13 months of 28 days, with one day, the day of resurrection, Easter, as a neutral day. That's our 365 days. We've actually got 13 constellations, not 12. This same calendar is very close to the Mayan calendar, but it's also very close to several ancient Sanskrit calendars. What does sept mean? 7. I thought that was the 9th month. What does oct mean? What does nov mean? What does dec mean? It's supposed to be the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th month. Jan is 11. Feb is 12. March is 13. April is our first month. Babies are born in the spring, the 1st of April, Easter. This is the start of our new year. It's the start of spring, when the flowers start coming up, the grass starts coming up, the trees start leafing out, the babies are born. That's the first day. Our neutral day, day one, the day we rest and celebrate the resurrection, the new beginning, the beginning of Christ. April is month one. And then we lost a month in there. Where is it?
This is why I've
Ever considered why a year, with 365 days, doesn't neatly fit into 12 equal months? Our Gregorian calendar is strangely irregular. Imagine if we had 13 months, each with 28 days. Imagine every month starting on a Monday and ending on a Sunday with an extra day at the end of the year. So, why hasn't this happened? Enter the 13-month calendar conspiracy. Imagine this. Powerful businesses, religious institutions, and governments are resisting the change. Why? Because it would disrupt their established routines and traditions. Sticking to the status quo, they argue, is simpler than overhauling a system that's been in place for centuries. What's the evidence? It's all around us. Ancient civilizations used the 13-month calendar. Even today, it's employed in accounting for its practicality and efficiency. It's there if you look closely. So, what do you think? Perhaps it's time to question, is our calendar system truly the best, or is there a conspiracy to keep it the way it is?
Have you seen this 13-month calendar? This 1775 Bible shows us that the first day of the week was a Sunday. March was the first month of the year, not January, and that a full year consisted of 13 months opposed to our current 12. So why has everything changed? And who decided to change the months around? Many believe that it was actually to put us out of the rhythm that was so ingrained into our culture, to disrupt the peace and harmony. Think about it if this is true. It is very possible that the holidays we celebrate today and base off of ancient traditions are aligned with a completely different rhythm. Does it not take away the true meaning of the day, specifically religious holidays such as Christmas or Easter? Countries like Ethiopia have stuck to the 13-month calendar, and while we celebrate Christmas on the 25th of December, Ethiopia doesn't celebrate until the 7th of January. This is not the first instance of our calendars and timelines being messed around with, and there is a history of rulers who have decided to change the dates and times for their own benefit. So who knows where we actually are on the time spectrum, if time is actually real?
So yeah, those are a few videos for your own benefit or for your own viewing. So definitely let me know what your thoughts are. There's a few more. I mean, it's up to you. It's definitely your choice. It's not something that it's more consistent. It's if I was to sell it to you, it's more consistent. It's easier to use and it's better functional than 12 months. You have consistency. You got functionality. You got consistency again. Then you got it's clear cut. It's positive. We know exactly what we're dealing with. Every year we know when it begins, when it ends. We know after 4 weeks we know exactly what we're having. You have that one party is just putting off. It's like like a road. You're riding the road and there's many potholes. You're in and out. You don't know what to expect. But if this road is clear cut, you know what you're doing, and that is what we call positive. So the calendar is positive, but it was there all before. So thank you to Ethiopia. Yani, thank you for keeping on to the calendar and other cultures as well who call on to it. It's good to have some who haven't changed. Well, it's very good. It's amazing. So shout out to all those who are using that calendar, which is consistent. But even to us who use the 12-month calendar, it's time for us to change and get more consistent. Let me know what your thoughts are, but definitely it'll be good to have a new, the old calendar, the best calendar, so we can have better rhythms, better connections, know when exactly when to start, when to stop, uniformity, a lot more positivity and much more of the calendar. So what are your thoughts on that? Yes? So definitely it's a good day to celebrate. And yeah, so while we're in that, let me play my video again for next week, Wednesday.
That's good.
is true. It is true.
It is definitely true, definitely. So we are there. But all in all, Happy New Year to you guys. So for some of you celebrate April or March, it's this 14 day in between here. So between 20th Vernal Equinox and April. It's one of those two. I have to get down to it as well. Evidence being, so January, they say, like I said, January 11, February 12, March 13. So we begin in April. Or because the season begins the season begins mid-month, so 20th to 21st, that's when the seasons are. So it could be the beginning of the season, which is 20th, isn't it? So it's one of those two. Next thing for me is to get down to nitty-gritty and find out which day it is. Is it about the first of the month? Or is it the middle of the month when we begin our celestials, like moving to the next season, like Aries, Pisces, Leo, which is around 20th of the month. I think that's when the date is, because normally that's when we follow the stars. But the first of the month, I think was put there by the Romans. I think the month begins on the 20th. I'm not sure, but because why? That's when we celebrate the Leo, the Pisces, which are the constellations. I know the stars are for our timing. So I don't know if the beginning, like the first day of the month, is when the month was actually there. Because it cannot be. We have to go back and see. Because some are 31, 30, so it puts you off the beginning. But if you use 20th, it comes out to the same time again. So I would like to know, is the beginning of the real month on the 20th with the celestial, or is it on the first as it is in the Gregorian calendar? Well, they say April 1st is a Fool's Day, so either the 1st of April is the beginning of the new year, or it's March 20th. It can be both, can it? So that's my next target, to understand which one is which and get down to it and create my calendar, to hold this calendar of 13 months. Yes, I will brand it in my name. So make your own calendar, brand it there. But yeah, so that was a quick video to talk about the 13th month calendar and the Happy New Year. So it's good people waking up, and thank you for TikTok. There's a lot of information over there, and YouTube. Now I know why they're trying to silence TikTok, because people are waking up and learning a lot from TikTok. What they didn't know, now they know because of TikTok. So thank you to the CEO of TikTok and YouTube for helping us to learn more than what we taught in school. So definitely it's a good day and it's a good Thursday. So that's it from me. So we shall see you next Wednesday for our end of month book club meeting, which is on the last Wednesday of each month in this Gregorian calendar. So now I have to change as well, don't I? I have to change my calendar. So it's a lot, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I will change that, but next Wednesday is our end of month book club meeting, so you can come and join us at 8 p.m. GMT time. For ladies, the women, if you are there, or biological women. I'm not afraid of saying that. So come and join us and talk about your books. If you like to join me, you're more than welcome. So have a great night and day wherever you are. I shall see you next time when I go live, which is again tomorrow for news, but also follow me. So if you like to know more, follow me on Facebook. I'm like Joshua Jehuda. I'm on LinkedIn. Follow me on LinkedIn, same name. YouTube is Advancing Mindset. You can follow me there, definitely. And yeah, so subscribe, follow, and click the bell so you get notified when I go live. Have a great day. Have a great time. Shall see you next time.